is Robin Sullivan. I'm a very blessed Diamond Singer Gold Ambassador with Plexus, and I am always excited for these calls that I get a chance to host every week. We have thousands of men and women on our team who come from all different walks of life, and they chose Plexus mainly for their health. That's the funny thing about this. Everybody starts because they're trying to like get their life together with their health. But for whatever reason, so many people join this journey and they get so much more. So tonight, we're going to share 3 amazing stories from 3 Plexus Sisters in Law. Don't you love that play on words? That was all A.V. Gaucher's idea, my creative friend. And we're just excited for you guys to hear their testimonies and for you guys to be inspired by their journey as well. So without further ado, I am going to pass the mic to Kamisha. Kamisha, will you go ahead and unmute yourself and take it away, my friend?
Hey, thanks, Robin. Good evening, everybody. Thank y'all for joining us for the call. So I'm Kamisha Lemons. I am an attorney here in Houston, Texas. I've been licensed for 7.5 years now. I was introduced to Plexus by one of my Ivy then, now Webb. And I think she started hitting me up right around the time I found out I was pregnant. So I was leery because I still didn't know enough about Plexus to know that it was 100% totally safe and worth taking while you're pregnant. Any pregnant mamas on there. So I didn't take it. Even though I ordered it, I finally just was like, okay, Angela, I'll order it, but I didn't take it. And my whole first trimester was a mess. So I didn't want to take anything that I didn't have to keep down. So I had my son and I finally was like, you know what, let me go ahead and start taking this stuff. And because I was like, I needed to lose weight. I call it my kangaroo pouch. It was stubborn. It didn't want to go anywhere. So I started taking it for that reason, literally just to kind of bounce back and to get some more energy because I was tired, of course, with a newborn. So one of the first things I noticed is that I had energy right away. So I was like, listen, that's a win. If I can have energy with this newborn that I'm breastfeeding around the clock, then I'm sold. The second thing I noticed is that it actually helped my milk production, which was amazing because I was able to make it 1 full year with breastfeeding my son. So I was so happy about that. I started noticing that I wasn't having my allergies. I would have allergies, seasonal allergies, allergies every single year, like clockwork, so bad that hives would come around my eyes to where they would swell shut, couldn't see, none of that. So I actually, since I started Plexus, which is amazing. I also would get sick the exact same time every single year with a sinus infection and an ear infection. And that hasn't happened at all. The only one time it happened this year is when my son went to daycare because, you know, cooties and whatnot. So he brought him home. But because we had been on our Plexus and my son has been on his Plexus since he was 1 and could chew our chewable, our 2-in-1 chewable and probiotic for kids, faster than normal. One of the things that I dealt with a lot that I had no idea would help me with was I had postpartum depression really badly. And I didn't realize it at first. I just kind of thought that it just kind of came with the territory, spinning my wheels. But time while I was on maternity leave, because as anybody or any woman knows, you kind of start thinking about finances and you want to start getting things together. So when I was mentioning that to Angela as she was checking in with me about just the products, I was like, you know, I don't think I'm going to be able to continue with Plexus because I can't afford this right now. I haven't went back to work full time. You know, I'm trying to get back, but it's so stressful. And, you know, not to take away from anybody else's careers, but attorneys are really high on the list of stressed out professionals. We have a really high stress rate, really high suicide rate, and really high alcoholism, drug, you know, substance abuse rate. And so, you know, I don't have those problems, you know, have a social drink here and there, but that's neither here nor there. But, you know, she started saying, well, have you thought about the business side of Plexus? And I was like, I don't want to sell anything. at all. Like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not posting nothing on my wall. I see you posting. I don't want to do that. And I was like, I'm not a people-y person, like off the back. I keep to myself, I'm a transactional lawyer. So, if I can avoid court as much as possible, I don't think. Most people don't know that I actually have a background in dance and dance education. That's what my bachelor's of art is in, my undergraduate degree. So I've always been, health conscious and aware of what I was putting into my body and things like that, just because I majored in dance and I've been dancing since I was 6. And so I teach dance. And so I teach health and wellness with my dance classes, but I've refused to sell the products. So she was like, well, what if you just do just enough to get your products paid for? And I was like, well, what does that mean I need to do? She's like, just like 3 people. So I was like, okay, I guess I could do that. And somewhere in there, I found 3 people. I posted like here and there, very bad at posting. I just kind of dropped something so Angela wouldn't call me and be like, you haven't posted yet, Kamisha. And so I did, and I went silver, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But I just, honestly, I didn't see it. I was just like, I don't think that's for me. I don't think like what people think is what I was thinking. The negative thoughts, like I'm a lawyer, like no, like this is not what we do. We go to court, we deal with people, but the 2 things parallel so much because people with Plexus, I'm helping people, and it is my desire to see people genuinely like be happy and to just live freely of whatever their ailments are, whatever their legal problem would be. So when I started looking at it from that guise of, okay, this is helping people, and so many people that need these things, you need so many people that need these products, that it didn't seem like such a huge mountain to climb, and didn't seem like something that was so like different for what I was already doing in my day-to-day life with my career. So I just kind of started sliding it in with conversations with people. And and so I'd post here and there, and the slim, and I got better at posting. I know that the thing that has helped me the most with the business side has been the personal development side. Once you get to know me, I'm a pretty outgoing person, but off the rip, I don't really say much. I don't really feel much. And I realized through just being a part of this team and being on Robin's team, I don't think that I would have done this if I had signed up under somebody else's team. I know that I wouldn't have. I would have just stuck to the products and just left it at that. But being a part of Robin's team, it just kind of done something really amazing to you as a person, in your mind, in your spirit. The personal development has made me so uncomfortable that it's so unreal, but I've seen a lot of growth in myself, which I had always wanted to happen, but I was just stuck and it just wouldn't happen. And so, between being on Robin's team and then having Angela in my upline and just coming to link arms with all of these amazing ladies, like, I'm like, we can do this. Like, this is nothing, the business side has helped my legal career a lot, because now that I'm empowered to fight for myself, I can advocate for my clients much better, much more efficiently, much more boldly, because now I'm empowered to do that in every area of my life. So while, the kangaroo pouch is not totally gone, because, balance, I enjoy a good spoonful of ice cream or 2 here and there. The weight loss is definitely happening, but more than that, I have gained myself back through gaining Plexus. And so if I never lose another bit of weight, or I never get any more healthier than what I get, then I'm forever grateful for that. I used to drink about 3 Dr. Peppers a day. I don't drink soda anymore. My allergies, I don't have them at all anymore. I have not been sick in the 2.5 years I've been on Plexus. The postpartum with that again since then. And, my stress levels are definitely down dealing with my clients, especially in the midst of the pandemic, because everything is super crazy right now. So that's pretty much me. That's pretty much it. I hope y'all got something from that. And I'm going to toss it to my good friend, Avia.
Well, before you do, I want to say something. First of all, thank you so much, Kamisha, for sharing your testimony. I think the most powerful thing you said is how you made the connection between how you feel like the personal growth and development through this journey has helped you become a better practicing lawyer. Like, I would have never thought anybody would have said that, but that is so profound because it's something about you being ready and willing to show up for yourself more that you're now able to show up for other people better. So I absolutely love that. Thank you so much for sharing your testimony, Kamisha, and we are so glad to have you part of this amazing journey with us. So take it away, Kelly.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kelly Temple, and I got started with Plexus. I joined on May 19th, and of this year, I took my first sip of a pink drink on May 23rd. And that was after having watched Robin for right at 7 years, her having gotten started with Plexus and losing a bunch of weight, then ultimately going full time with the business and just really building a dream life for she and her family, and just admiring her and the great things that she was doing. But I wasn't really interested in the products and certainly not the business side of it until early May. She made this post about, do you know the truth about gut health? And it mentioned issues that I had been suffering with for years. And it really just turned on a light bulb for me. And then a few weeks before that, my brother had mentioned to me, and my brother is closer to Robin's age than I am, but you really ought to check out what Robin's doing because she is having a tremendous amount of success. And I was like, I mean, that is wonderful, but you do know I have a full-time job as a judge, right? So why do I need to check out what Robin is doing? I mean, yes, I'm very happy, but he was like, well, you just need to see. So okay, little brother, I'll see. But then Robin made this post about the gut health, and we connected immediately, and she helped me to choose the right products that would help with the issues that I was having. But when she was signing me up, she asked me a couple of questions that I said, well, what do you need that information for? And she was like, oh, well, if you ever decide to share the products and you earn over $600 in a year, then the company will send you a 1099. And I'm like, girl, I'm not going to earn a dollar because I'm not doing that. I'm not sharing with anybody. I'm not selling anything to anybody. But I was like, fine. I mean, I trust you, but being a lawyer, it's like, oh, I don't want to give my social security number because people are going, what are they going to do with it? And blah, blah, blah. Because of course, being in the legal profession, what do you see? The worst cases of everything. So, but anyway, obviously I trusted Robin. And so no problem. I mean, I don't have to do it. And she assured me that I could be her customer forever. And there was no pressure for me to share or sell with anybody. So we moved on. And a few days later, I got my products, and I don't know, an excitement had started building up in me about the idea that I was going to start feeling better, because for 3 years, I mean, I had been suffering with gas, bloating, and constipation that I just could not get control over, even after taking prescription medications, even after eliminating dairy from my diet, even after saying, well, you're just getting older and maybe you're not processing meat like you should or digesting it. And so I got hyped about feeling good. So I let Robin know that I had gotten my package, and she was like, oh, that was fast. You ought to post about that. I was like, yeah, okay, all right. So we'll see. So anyway, that Saturday morning, when I mixed up my drink, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna post it. And I did. And I invited people to join me on my journey. but I tagged Robin in the post because, of course, if they were going to join me on my journey, they would be joining through Robin because I'm not selling anything, right? So I left home and went to run some errands, and Robin reached out to me and she was, have you looked at your post? And I'm like, no, I'm out in the streets doing what I need to do. And she said, well, you really ought to look at it because you're getting some responses and you need to reach out to them. And I thought, and what am I going to say? I mean, that I drank something 2 hours ago and I don't know what to tell you, but there's a lady who can tell you all about these products. And here's her information. She was like, nope. That's certainly not what you're going to do. And she coached me through, you're out running errands, stop and get you a notebook. I'm about to shoot you some messages. This is what you can say. You've been watching me for 7 years. You have my testimony. You know why you got started. You know that the products are all natural and plant-based. Just say that. People like honesty. They like vulnerability. They like that you're not an expert. Just go with that. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Now I only like to do things when I'm certain and I'm comfortable and I'm ready. And that certainly was not the case 2 hours in. But anyway, I did. And I started talking to those individuals. And in fact, on that very same day, my line sister got started with the same package that I was using. And that was with me having next to no real knowledge. It really was something that I've learned since I've been involved, is that you can learn while you can earn while you learn, or learn while you earn. I always get it mixed up, but it's, to me, it goes either way. And so, I had been, I've been a lawyer for 20 years. I was licensed in October 6th of 2000. And I was elected judge 11 years ago this past May. And I have absolutely loved my job as being a judge, but I had gotten to the point where I just started really feeling like I was on autopilot. I mean, when you, as a judge, when I first got started, they started saying in new judges trainings, sometimes you might find this to be an isolating position. You won't, some of the friends you used to have, you won't be able to have, especially if a lot of them were lawyers, because of various conflicts, and you just have to be careful with that. And then doing your day-to-day job, I don't get to talk to people and tell them anything about myself. And I also can't sit up there and really engage them in conversation about them. It's me strictly with a poker face, just hearing the lawyers and having very minimal interaction with the people who come in front of me. And so that after some years, it can get a little bit, while you love it, you love your job, you just don't feel, your purpose starts to wane a little bit, and you're just not feeling quite as fulfilled as you would like to. And I've always been a lover of learning. Law is really my second career, because I was originally in accounting. That's what I got my undergrad degree in, and I did accounting for 7 years before I went to law school. And I hated accounting. I hated that isolating feeling of being in an office just crunching numbers. I love numbers, but I don't want to do that by myself in an office. So I was like, nope. Then actually third, after I did that, then I got my license as a real estate agent. And because I had been to law school, I was able to get my broker's license fairly easily. So I did that. But again, I just wasn't big on being a salesperson. If you definitely wanted to buy a house, I was the broker for you. But if you just thought you wanted to buy a house and you wanted to look around and that's not the kind of people I wanted to have to do business with. And so, you can't be very successful with that because you got to kind of coax people and bring them along. But that at the time just wasn't my forte. And so then I went to law school because I love to read. I love learning. I'm always game for exploring new things. But over the years, I had convinced myself that I really was an introvert and that I could just be content in my little bubble with my family and my close little friends. But truly, I'm learning just because the right thing hadn't come along yet. And, it always has felt good when you have an opportunity to help someone and make their life a little bit better than it was before they encountered you. But those opportunities were kind of few and far between. But with Plexus, and when I started really seeing gains for my physical self, and it empowered me so much more to start sharing it with others. When I was initially sharing, I was never talking to anybody about getting involved in the business side too. I would just tell them, it's going to make you feel so much better. I can't speak highly enough about what great quality products these are and how it will turn your life upside down. Not only did my 3 reasons I joined for get better, but the long lasting energy that I have now. I mean, when I wake up in the morning and my feet hit the floor, I'm ready for my day and night. When I first got started and Robin said, oh, we have team meetings on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock, I was like, oh Lord, I mean, I'm not going to be making that because I'm going to be in my bed sleep. I'm dead by then. I was just running on with no energy because I didn't sleep well at night. And about 5 days into taking the products, I woke up one morning and I realized, oh my God, I slept all night last night. This is unheard of. I just wasn't doing that. And so I'm like a new person. It really is the improved version of Kelly. I don't even remember how long it's been since I felt so good. And the personal growth over the years as a judge, you get asked on different occasions, will you speak here? Will you speak there? And I generally decline that because I'm not really one that just wasn't something that I felt comfortable with doing. But because I also hadn't been trained to be a leader. You might assume that getting in a position as a judge that you are a leader and that you have all these skill sets, but unless you really, Robin sent me this little book, it's a John Maxwell book, and just reading that, it's like, whoa, I am empowered to do so many things with just light bulbs that come on just reading a short little 40 or 50 page book, but it just has brought so much life to me. But in these 55 days since I've been taking the products, I've had multiple opportunities to speak on Zoom calls. When Robin asked, I'm like, oh, absolutely. I mean, did a launch event for one of my ambassadors last Friday. I'm doing one this Friday. I've done a couple of even in-person events, even with COVID going on, although I would have preferred to do Zoom. They asked that I come and speak to a fairly large group of people, and I just had fun doing it. I'm not a ball of nerves like I used to feel like I would be by doing it. And I know I'm going on and on, but so many great things have happened. My spiritual awareness has grown. I'm boldly seeking and asking God for his blessings and praying to him and telling him big, bold things that I want to happen with my life, and to help impact others. And I'm discussing money. That's not really, I just don't do that. But I will say that in these 55 days, I have earned my house note 7 times over. In 55 days, I'm blown away by that. And all because I'm helping other people feel better, and then to know that they too can share and grow spiritually, mentally, and financially. And so I'm a happier, healthier person. I'm a more well-rounded person. And to think that all that I wanted from this was to get rid of gas, bloating, and constipation. And I'm just eternally grateful to Robin's tremendous leadership, the company, the systems that have been put into place that help make us able to be successful, and that give us all the opportunities to experience the same kind of wins that I've been experiencing. So thank you, Robin.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I'm honestly in shock. This is another thing. Kamisha said something that was eye-opening. Now Kelly saying, man, I was never really taught to be a leader. Like, who would ever think that a judge doesn't feel like necessarily automatically that they are a leader? And so I'm really blessed to be able to be in a position where I can help people to facilitate this level of growth. And so I just want to say thank you, Kelly, for trusting me and taking this leap of faith. You have literally blown the whole company away with what you have been able to do in the short 55 days of your journey. So you inspire all of us. And last but not least, I would love to introduce to you my good friend, Avia Gaucher.
Hello. Well, if a tough act to follow was a person, this is it. My goodness. My sisters-in-law are amazing. Thank you, Robin, for inviting me on this call. My name is Avia Rice Gaucher, and I'm a practicing attorney in the DFW area. I've been practicing for about 6 years now. Kamisha was mentioning about law being stressful. I practice in 3 very stressful areas, family law, estate planning, and bankruptcy. So I was introduced to Plexus, it's been over 3 years now, by Robin. And at first, I didn't take them supplements. They just sat up in that pantry. And they were just there. And some things happened to me, some physical challenges, some illnesses happened to me, and it made me reflect. And so as I go into my favorite products, I'll talk about some things that'll happen to me really quick. And so basically in, I think it was 2018, I went through severe sinus problems. We put our twin boys that are now 4 in daycare for the first time, and every time they brought their cooties home, it turned into a sinus infection. Literally, when I went to the ENT, I had 1% breathability, 1% out of both nostrils. I just basically could not breathe. I would have to sit up every night as I went to sleep. And some nights I didn't even sleep because I couldn't breathe. Teeth would hurt. I'm sorry, I'm hearing some background noise. My teeth would hurt. I would have severe headaches. Ease is the product that has helped me get rid of all that. I can breathe now. I'm not struggling anymore. I feel great. And then last year, I had a partial hysterectomy, and I noticed I couldn't drop weight like I used to. Y'all, I used to be able to just like stop eating carbs and just drop weight in like a week. And I couldn't do that anymore. And MetaBurn gives me my energy, gives me my ability to just keep my metabolism going and continue to drop weight. And then I had a mysterious case of rhabdomyolysis where I was in the hospital for a whole week. My good friend Robin actually took care of my boys while I was in there, and it was painful. It was horrible. And I just had that time to sit in the hospital and reflect on, I have one body and I have to take care of it. And that is when I seriously got serious about my products. But not only that, I'm a kind of person where I love to share things. I like to connect people. I like to share information. So once I started taking my products consistently and feeling better, I felt it was my duty to share my blessings with other people. Law is a second career for me, and my background is in sales and marketing. So I never have a problem with sharing and talking to people and selling people, even because that's what I do. I'm selling my clients to get them. I'm selling the judge on my client's story. So selling is never my problem, but I'll tell you, since I've been more consistent about taking my products and taking my business seriously to the next level, I've become even more bolder and more, it's become so much easier for me to just share and talk and sell even more. So those are some of my favorite products, and just some of the other products and testimonies that I want to share, because we're a Plexus family. It's not just myself taking the products. My children love the chewables, the X Factor kids. I mean, my kids literally, if I forget to give them their vitamin, they are asking me for it every day. That's how much they want it. And I'm so glad for the new Plexus pink drink, because my boys would steal my pink drink and now I don't have to share anymore. So I am grateful that they have their own pink drink and they can leave mine alone. And then my larger twin, Ashton, had severe eczema. I mean, he's a little lighter than me, and his skin on the back of his knees was like literally the color of my shirt. My shirt is black. And through giving him ProBio 5 and using the body cream, has phenomenally cleared up. Robin actually just saw him this past weekend, and she can tell, I mean, it was covered. He itch, he would scratch, be in pain, be miserable, and now it's pretty much cleared up for the most part. So I'm just so thankful and blessed to be able to be a new person, not suffer from the things I did, and be able to share my blessings with others. The other thing I was going to say is taking this business seriously has been something. First, I just wanted to pay for my products, done that, and now I wanted, like Kelly was saying, okay, God, what's next? And I even said it to Robin this past weekend. Okay, God, what's next? I believe wholeheartedly in multiple streams of income. Coronavirus has taught us multiple things. And one of the things that it's taught us is our health is our wealth. You have one body, take care of it. If you do get sick, maybe your underlying issues are minimized by taking supplements and keeping yourself in better. The other thing it's talked to us about is, my gosh, so many people have been impacted by the virus. Either they have a loss of job or a loss of hours. It has taught us to have a plan B. You must have a plan B. Some people say have multiple streams of income, whatever it is, have a plan B. My husband and I have my law firm. We have a sales consulting business. We have an RV rental business. So we are true entrepreneurs. And I would just invite you that if you're on the brink, you're on the edge of not being sure if having another stream of income is for you, don't be afraid. Take a leap of faith and just do it. I always use McDonald's as an example. They never just opened up one McDonald's in one little small town. They exclaimed that they have billions of customers served. They didn't get that way by having a small town mentality. If your job is like McDonald's, you will just have one customer. You can't grow as in your income if you only have one customer. And that means if you only have one job, that's all you have. So COVID has taught us that. Many people have said have multiple streams of income. I think the magic number is 7, but at least have a plan B. Let's see, the last thing I'll say is, just since being on Robin's team, I think just like Kamisha has said, if I were on any other team, I probably wouldn't be as encouraged, as motivated as I am. This is a serious team of men and women who sharpen each other, iron sharpens iron, who care about each other. And how many times at your own job, how many times are you surrounded by people that want you to win on the top and the bottom? That is very rare. And that is what you'll find on this team. So like the other 2 ladies have said, like I have exclaimed, for those of you that are current ambassadors, new ambassadors, or maybe even on the fence, you're not sure, take that leap of faith and do it. It has been an incredible journey for me and my family. It's been an incredible journey to watch Robin grow and grow her business. And I just encourage all of you to do the same. And thank you so much for being on this call tonight. I know it's late and you could be doing many other things, but I'm glad that you took the time out of your busy schedules to jump on this call with us.
Wow, that's so awesome. And I will say, just to echo what Avia said, her sweet Ashton, she has 2 twin boys. They just turned 4 on our camping trip, and his legs have cleared up so much. So guys, the body cream, don't sleep on it. Our ProBio 5 and our whole kids line is amazing. And if you really are wanting to get serious about building your kids' immune system, ask the person who invited you to this call about our kids microbiome drink and our Mega Kids multivitamin and probiotic combined. So without any more time that I will take from you guys tonight, I just want to say thank you so much to Avia, to Kelly, and to Kamisha. All K's, not all K's, but C, but K. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I was like, I didn't do that on purpose, but so excited to have you guys on the call tonight. Thank you guys for taking the time, and you guys have a blessed evening. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Robin.
Thanks,
Thank
Robin.
You, everybody.
Bye, Robin.
Good night, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Everybody.
Good night,
Bye,
everybody.
Robin. Bye, everybody.
Good
Be
night.
safe, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.